We all have sensory issues. We can usually adjust our behavior or environment to accommodate those sensory needs. Our students with autism spectrum disorder have difficulty regulating the environment and deciding how to meet their own sensory need. An individual may have a hypersensitivity to some sensory input and have a hyposensitive reaction to other input. For example, a child may react violently to someone using a mixer in the kitchen, but want the volume on the TV to be up full blast. An individual may have a complete meltdown if someone bumps into them, but they don't even cry if they get a cut or a burn. Our sensory needs and aversions are as different as our physical characteristics. Students will try to avoid or escape any sensory input for which they are hypersensitive. They will be attracted to and seek out sensory input for which they may be hyposensitive. Our bodies let us know what we need if we learn to listen to what's going on. If a child is chewing on everything and putting things in their mouths and chewing on those things, this is a clue that they need oral sensory input. That can be accomplished by giving them access to items meant for chewing. At school, we have a number of items that can be made available, but at home, you may designate a specific toothbrush that can be used as a chewing. A child who is constantly on the move or suddenly starts climbing and jumping on furniture is probably needing access to some gross motor activities. If possible, go outside, run and jump and walk. Here are some ideas for gross motor activities. During this time when everyone is getting cabin fever, I would advise that you schedule some of these activities throughout the day. Carrying a heavy load is another way to get input into the big muscles of the body. You can take a backpack and fill it with some books or a few other heavy items. Go on a short walk with the student. This heavy work and gross motor activity will help calm the sensory system. Usually, once this is completed, the student is able to focus on instruction for a period of time. So, what can you do when they're getting upset and headed towards a meltdown? Avoid talking too much. Students with autism spectrum disorders process language somewhat slower than their peers. Too much talking to them or at them often results in overstimulation and confusion. This leads to anxiety and frustration. Instead, use visuals or pictures to convey your message. Offer visual choices. If you need visuals, you can always contact your child's teacher. Thank you, and I hope this has helped.